Hello and welcome back to episode 3 of Kerbal Space Program, the Infinity Project. The Infinity Project is what I have decided to call this little experiment. So this is the Infinity 2. It has just over 4,000 meters of delta V in it. This one's only saying, okay, something about 3,500 meters per second of delta V in it, which should be just enough to take us into a high suborbital trajectory. And so we'll see what happens. So we'll throttle up, and boom. Well, all systems seem to be nominal. So even though Shepney Kerman died, his sacrifice did bring us the technology to finally get some decouplers. So I can bring this capsule back all by itself, and the parachute hopefully will not break off and explode into 1,000 tiny pieces like it did last time. Rather embarrassing, I should say. Keep scaling back on the throttle. Keep burning upwards, 5,000 kilometers. And so since I have Thunder Aerospace life support enabled, I cannot use any of my electricity unless I have my engine running, because if I run out, I can only go 2 hours without electricity or I die. Oh, and I forgot to put an antenna on this device, so I won't be transmitting anything at all, it seems. Moved out to about 11,000, 10,000 kilometers. I'm going to go ahead and start pulling over to do a slight gravity turn. Go ahead and throttle up since we're fighting a lot less atmosphere now. Up just about 2/3 of the fuel in this first stage. And I'm going ahead, and we're above 2,500 kilometers now, so I'm going to go ahead and fire my engines at full throttle. Continue to lean over. The thing is, with their aerospace research, you have to do your gravity turn very nice and slowly, or you will be in big doo-doo as the atmosphere rips your ship apart, or out of control like it did to Jedediah, and that's why he died. So we'll ditch that first stage, and we're going to go ahead and basically gain all of the lateral velocity. Me some of that orbit information. Oh, and I easily have enough to make it into a decently high Kerbin orbit. So I'm going to add a maneuver here. Or maybe I don't. Well, I thought I did. So we're going to time accelerate. T-5 seconds. And turn sideways and full burn. That's a pretty solid suborbital trajectory, if I do say so myself, which I do be, obviously, because I just said it. So we're going to do a crew report. Wait. No, reset experiment. We're going to keep that data, because last time we never got any data, because we died. Yeah. So, cannot warp faster with the ship. Let's go cut that throttle. Now we're going to leave this bottom stage on down here for maximum deceleration capability. I'm beginning to re-enter the atmosphere. You can see the effect of the city lights are having on the landscape down there. Looks like there's a pretty big city over there. And little smaller towns dot the landscape around it. The English language, it's a difficult one. I'll probably say that a million times before this thing is over. So we are getting close to something. What are we getting close to? We're getting awfully close to dying. So obviously, if this were a real rocket ship or space vessel, I would ditch this in favor of the heat shield that's attached to this. But since there is no heat shield, I'm going to go ahead and take this thing along for its aerobraking capabilities. However, as soon as we're done aerobraking, I will ditch it in favor of losing the weight. Because parachutes don't like having weight, and having weight means that we die. And I'm tired of dying. Bill doesn't want to die. Do you want to die, Bill? No, I don't want to die. That's an annoying voice. Never talk again. And we're starting to get re-entry flames. There we go. Go ahead and turn off that SAS. You can hear that air rushing around the capsule. And there we are, decelerating ridiculously fast. Decelerating with a force of about 4 Gs. And we're down to 1,000 meters per second. Okay, we'll go ahead and ditch that stage. Wow. I gave it quite a kick. Did not expect it to go quite that fast. And that's going to pull just out of our 2.5 kilometer range, and we'll go spinning off somewhere and explode. So once we get into 200 meters per second, I will pull the parachute, and hopefully we will not die this time. $200 and parachute. That should slow us down. We want to be under about 100 kilometers per second. 100 kilometers per second. Done. 100 meters per second when this deploys, or it could rip off of the capsule. And there's that thing. Oh no. Oh, and I never titled this thing, so it's still called Untitled Spacecraft. I call it the Infinity 2, but apparently it was never to be. It's staying just inside of our side of the render range. Oh, and not sure if it. Oh, there it goes. Bye bye. And we're under 100 meters per second. That ground's coming up awfully fast. Yay! And we'll drift nicely to the ground. I'm gonna go ahead and time accelerate because that's not terribly interesting to watch. 900, 950, 900, 800. Please don't explode, please don't explode, please don't explode, please don't explode. and poof. There we go. We're going to go ahead and do an EVA. And an EVA report. Well, I don't think in a spacesuit was entirely necessary to get here, was it? No, probably not. Now we're going to take a surface sample. Dirt and grass and some small rocks. You suspect this isn't going to be much of a groundbreaking discovery. Think about that for a minute. And we will walk slightly away. And we'll plant our flag. The glorious symbol of the SPQK marks this spot. Site name. Orbital. Flight. Success. After the tragic deaths of 2 of his fellow girls, Bill Kerman has reached. Bill Kerman is the first